Cybertruck or Ford Raptor? This is the question that plagued me when I was riding the last leg of my parlay. I had 7 down, 1 to go. Night started off really great. First few bets were no sweats at all. It was really just me, my dogs, and my whiskey. All 4 of us had an equal say on deciding on the truck. But fast forward to the game, my last pick just needed 1 rebound. 1. Easy enough, right? Well, clock winds down. The player doesn't get another rebound. I don't get a truck. I just end up drinking more whiskey. A lot more whiskey. So that night, in my frustration and delusion, I did what Sportsbooks expect you to do. I fired off another parlay. Because, hey, what's one more shot at glory? The Sportsbooks may have won that battle, but they didn't win the war. And that mindset only lasted about every bit of 24 hours. And I soon realized that this just isn't a bad streak. It's the psychology of the sportsbooks working exactly as it had been designed. It was rough because I was looking for a get-rich-quick scheme, but I knew that this wasn't going to be the way long term. Ultimately, I had to find a way to flip the script. But before we get into that, if y'all could just help normalize me and the nightmare that still haunts me, put down in the comments below one bad beat parlay that you thought was a sure hit. Again, it's not something that I not only want to see, but really I need to hear from you guys. So again, here's the thing. Sportsbooks love the get-rich-quick scheme feeling. They design their platforms, in fact, to keep you coming back. Parlays, game logs, and even the way that they display your winnings, it's all a part of the psychology. They hook you on the highs and keep you chasing no matter how low the lows get. And honestly, I wasn't only chasing money that night, I was also chasing the feeling. The rush of hitting it big, and sportsbooks, they know that's what keeps you betting. So with that said, let's talk about parlays, the ultimate sportsbook bait. They know you love the big win fantasy, turning $5 into $500, right? But here's the catch. They stack the odds just enough to make it feel possible, even though it rarely is. It's not just math, it's emotion, and you feel like you're close to winning because every leg feels like it's just one step away. It's that way by design, though. Because honestly, let's face it, when's the last time you put all of your research into a parlay and thought, I don't know if this is going to hit? And so for me, and after that parlay lost, I realized I was doing exactly what the sportsbooks wanted me to do. I wasn't being smart. I was being emotional, and I decided that I needed to flip the script. I stopped chasing those parlays and started focusing on what sportsbooks don't want you to see, and that's the value, the math, the real stats. And guess what? That's when things actually started to change for me. But before we actually get into the actual strategy, I still want to point out a couple of the other traps that these sportsbooks get their users with. And unfortunately, another trap that sports bettors commonly fall in are game logs. Prize Picks, for instance, makes it so easy to scroll through a player's last 5 games and think, yeah, he's been on a heater. He's killing it. He's an absolute lock. But here's the thing. Those logs, they're surface level noise. They don't show matchups, minutes played, or even what kind of defenses that those players were scoring against. But they do keep you guessing, and when you guess, you bet with your emotions, and that leads you to losses. And that's the secret. Sportsbooks are going to be able to profit when you bet emotionally. That's why they push game logs, parlay promotions, and flashy notifications. They want you to feel like a winner before you actually even win. They're not your friend. They're not trying to help you. They're trying to make you predictable. And predictable bettors are indeed losing bettors. So to answer the initial question, how do you actually flip the script for real? Well, first, it stops with chasing those valueless parlays. Second, ignore those game laws and random fluff that these sportsbooks are going to berate you with. Third, use tools that actually give you an edge like Daily Grind Fantasy. And being able to actually find the true edge in sports betting is actually quite simple. And again, this is Daily Grind Fantasy. If you are not familiar with Daily Grind Fantasy at all, you absolutely need to be. It's positive EV betting, and all we are doing is comparing what one sportsbook is saying to the rest of the market. And what I mean by that is if we look here at Daily Grind Fantasy's website, we're currently looking at the sportsbook Fliff. And as you can see here on the top one, Anthony Edwards, what this book is telling us is to go under 10.5 rebounds plus assists. The reason that it's telling us to do that, though, is because this is currently priced at minus 120, giving us a 59.48% odds to hit, because if we look across the rest of the market, FanDuel has this exact same play at minus 200. BetMGM has this at minus 150. So if you look across all of these books, Fliff is currently the cheapest. If I'm buying something, what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy it at the cheapest price possible, and that's exactly what Daily Grind Fantasy is doing here, is it's saying, hey, if you go to Fliff, this is the most profitable play that you can be taking. We can do the exact same thing with this Quentin Grimes play under 4.5 rebounds or over 4.5 rebounds. We can grab this at plus 100. When we look across the rest of the market, you're not seeing any other plus value odds from any other book. In fact, what we're getting is an average odds of minus 125. This is absolutely crazy. No other book is going to offer this at plus 100, even minus 110, and we're able to grab this at plus 100 with an average odds of minus 125. That's where the true value is. Each one of these sports books are spending millions and millions of dollars creating their lines. All we're hoping for is that one of these sportsbooks make a mistake. So again, with Daily Grind Fantasy, you can do this the same with any DFS app like Prize Picks, Underdog, Parlay Play, Better Picks, Dabble, and on top of a few other sportsbooks and peer-to-peer sites like the books NoVig and ProfitX, right? But again, I've got a discount code for you. If you are interested, you could use the code BENCH to get 25% off of your first month. Again, my main job in this is helping you be a successful sports bettor, and positive EV betting is the perfect way to do that. And that's mainly because when you focus on value and play the long game, you stop being their ideal customer and start being their biggest problem. And that's why they start placing betting maximums on you and only allow you to bet a limit every single day, or maybe even single bets. And now they have the upper hand when you used to have it, because they actually, again, don't want to be your friend. They actually aren't trying to help you at all. They're really praying for your downfall. So at the end of the day, it's not all about hitting the big one. It's about playing smarter and playing the long game. So anyways, guys, if you thought that this video was useful, please make sure that you let me know that in the comments. That always makes me feel very well. But be sure to also hit a like and subscribe if you are new to this channel as well. Let me know how I did. Anyways, though, best of luck in your betting adventures. Let's crush the books and maybe get some betting limits, because that lets us know that we're a successful sports bettor. Anyways, who knows? Later.